A shepherd's sheep have vanished, and he makes a big promise to the sky god Jupiter. But the thief he finds isn't who he expects in the shepherd's surprising vow.
In a green, sun-kissed meadow, a kind-faced shepherd carefully counted his fluffy white sheep. He was a tall old man with a long white beard and friendly blue eyes, wearing an earthy brown tunic and sturdy leather sandals. He loved each one dearly, making sure they were safe and sound. As he finished his count, a chill went down his spine. Some of his precious sheep were missing. His heart thumped with worry for his lost flock. The shepherd felt a surge of frustration and anger as he realized the loss. "This is outrageous," he muttered, clenching his wooden crook tightly. Standing tall, he declared loudly that he would find the thief who dared to take his sheep and punish them properly. He pounded his crook on the ground with determination, his voice echoing in the quiet meadow. The shepherd immediately suspected a sneaky wolf of the mischief. He knew their gray fur helped them hide. Wolves, about the size of a large dog, sometimes lived in the rugged, rocky hills nearby. He imagined a cunning wolf with sharp yellow eyes, hiding amongst the shadows, waiting for its chance. He decided to bravely venture into those hills to get his sheep back. Before leaving his meadow, the shepherd looked up at the vast blue sky. "Oh, Jupiter, mighty sky god!" he called out with a hopeful voice. "If you help me catch this cunning thief, I promise to offer you a plump little brown and white calf as a special sacrifice." He truly hoped for divine assistance from the heavens. With a spirit of resolve, the shepherd began his journey away from the soft green grass. He walked past rolling green fields, which soon gave way to rough, stony terrain. The path grew steep and winding, leading him higher and higher into the mountains. The air felt cooler, and the silent, towering rocks seemed to watch his every step, making him feel tiny. For a long, long time, the shepherd searched every nook and cranny of the rugged hills. He peered into small caves and behind large boulders, his sharp eyes scanning for any sign of a sneaky wolf. The peaceful baying of his sheep felt far away now, replaced by the quiet rustle of the wind through the rocks. He found no wolves anywhere he looked, only silence. Just as his hope began to dwindle, the shepherd noticed a very large, dark cave etched into the side of a tall mountain. A shiver ran down his spine. It looked much bigger and more imposing than the smaller dens he'd checked. He approached cautiously, his heart beginning to beat faster with a sense of dread. The silence of the mountain felt heavy around him. Suddenly, with a powerful, silent movement, a huge, majestic, golden-maned lion stalked out of the cave's deep shadows, its piercing golden eyes fixed directly on the shepherd. This lion, much larger than any wolf, stood almost as tall as the shepherd's shoulders when on all fours, and was a truly fearsome creature. The shepherd froze in his tracks, his breath catching. The shepherd watched in stunned silence as the enormous lion, easily much taller than him, even on all fours, carried one of his fluffy white sheep gently in its mighty jaws. It wasn't a wolf, after all, who had taken his beloved flock. The true thief was far grander and more terrifying than his imagination could have conjured. His wooden crook slipped from his grasp and clattered to the ground. The sight of the huge lion and his lost sheep sent a wave of overwhelming terror through the shepherd. His legs turned to jelly, and he completely forgot his boastful promises. With a gasping cry, he instantly fell to his knees in the dusty ground, trembling all over. The ground felt hard and cold beneath him. With his eyes squeezed shut, the shepherd desperately looked up at the sky again. "Oh, Jupiter!" he cried from the depths of his fear, his voice barely a whisper. "Foolish man does not know what he asks for. To find a simple thief, I offered a calf without understanding the danger. He realized his earlier vow seemed so small now. My powerful Jupiter, the frightened shepherd pleaded, his voice trembling. I once promised a fat little calf for finding a thief. But now, if you just make this terrifying lion go away right now, I will happily offer you a magnificent, full-grown, dark brown bull with impressive curved horns. He truly hoped Jupiter would listen to his expanded offer. He barely dared to open one eye, still seeing the massive lion before him, standing calmly with the sheep. Please, just make him disappear, the shepherd whispered, hoping Jupiter would hear his desperate new prayer. All he wanted was for the mighty, sheep-carrying lion to simply vanish, leaving him safe and sound, far away from all danger. The lion, sensing the shepherd's fear, slowly turned and disappeared back into the cave with the sheep, leaving the shepherd utterly alone. The shepherd learned a valuable lesson that day. Always be careful what you wish for, and never make promises you might not be ready to keep, especially when you don't know the full situation. It's important to face problems with calm wisdom, not just boastful words.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.